have. Alright everyone, I'm so excited. I'm just going to get right into it. I've been waiting for this package to come for a while now, and did you know that 15 days is like more than 2 weeks? 15 business days is forever. So I was watching Sarah Martinez, and if you're watching Sarah, hi. I love your videos because you are so very detailed in like everything you talk about. I saw her video about her new folio and some of the issues she had, and after the Black Friday sale I felt like I needed to try this since Chic Sparrow is no longer going to have like the old version. They're going to modify it. To me, that was a deal breaker right there. I really wanted to get it because since that was all of the run that they're going to make, these would eventually, you know, be retired. So you never be able to get these again. And that intrigued me. So, okay, I'm going through this quite quick. And I know all of you guys know what you get with Chic Sparrow. There's a ton of videos out there. Got those in the envelope. And you get this lovely cover. So, okay, I'm excited. First one is this one. Let's see. It is very smooth. A lot smoother than what I would have imagined. And it's a bit stiff, which is okay because that means that hopefully over time it will get a lot more flexible. It is pretty flexible, but like you could tell how it's kind of rigid. I'm trying to move this. It is kind of rigid. It's not as hard as a Mr. Darcy. Now, from videos I've seen on this leather, which is the Mockingbird, I don't really care for the inside because it felt like carpet to me when I saw Art Journal Girl's video about her sample that she got of this leather. But since this is a folio, you get like a different leather interior, and so I felt like, oh well, at least I'll have my blue color and a different interior color. And this one is very smooth. Now, I heard about people complaining, well, some people didn't like the fact that once when you start putting your book into the folio, this portion is no longer perfect and straight like it is when you first get it. So you can see I just lifted this up and you can see it's already wrinkling a little bit. Yeah, you know, I could see that being bothersome, but we'll see how it goes. I just hope it doesn't overly stretch and not be able to hold my book in the same manner. It is the Mockingbird Blue Jay, and then the liner is in the beige, and it seems like it has white stitching. Alright, so I'm excited because I know people use the same notebooks or covers for like the following year, and they just store the rest of their notebooks in like a cupboard or something. But I kind of want to store my notebooks in a leather cover, and so I feel like if I can afford it, I will buy a cover, and whatever cover I've been using the most for that leather or for the notebook, I will store it with it and it can stay there because why not? I am most likely going to be switching out between this cover and this next cover I'm about to reveal. Maybe some more in 2019 that I purchased. So, moving on. Woo! I do not have a black A6. Ooh, I like this. Okay, look at that. I like how it just folds over because it's kind of heavy. This is the Creme Black Beauty, and the liner is in taupe, and it has beige stitching. I think maybe this is beige stitching too. So obviously, you know, your stitching colors look different depending on the leather. I really like this one. I do not own a creme Black Beauty. I've never owned one, not even in the Traveler's Notebook style. And I like how it's thick and it has a little bit of weight on the edges. So it's not so stiff as this one is, because it won't close. It seems like you kind of have to work it. This one, as soon as I got it, it's like, okay, done, bye. Okay, I'm just joking, but I really like this one, and I like the pebbly feel of this leather on the inside. Okay, everyone, so I am bringing out all the gems. First of all, I promised myself, let's put that there. I promised myself when I got this that I was gonna use it into the very end of the year, and hip hip hooray, is almost the very end of the year, and I did not get out of this notebook at all since I purchased it. The leather is definitely a lot smoother over time. It still has a little bit of firmness to it, but kind of like stiffness. But yeah, I mean, I like it. It has grown on me. And so that is the one that's usually holding my current Hobonichi. And it has got really, really chunky. I plan to do a flip through of this notebook probably the very end of the month. I will do a flip through. I do have my new Hobonichi, and this is in the Rhoda Faden A6 notebook. And I did do a video on adding the stickers and everything. I do love this leather. It's very thick. I've talked about this, but I think I'm gonna go with this black cover for my new Hobonichi. I'm gonna set this aside. I do have the Cafe Nanami A6 3.7 millimeter grid notebook that I haven't used yet, and I wanted to kind of see how it would fit in here. And I could actually fit it with this protective cover on top. Okay, having difficulty. I don't want to mess anything up and bend my notebook. Okay, so it seems almost impossible to not pull at least one side of the interior leather a little bit too far just to make sure you get your notebook in, but the fit is really nice. And you could see that, I don't know if this is the same. I know some people were saying that when you put in the notebook, there's a lot of gap in between here. But I don't see how that's much different than a Sojourner. This is a Sojourner in her Poppy and her Rose of Sharon leather. It's housing a Stalogy. And so when I put these two up against each other, there's not really that much difference on the outside here. I mean, it's like slight. It's very slight, and it's not as noticeable, in my opinion. It's actually kind of nice because you know it's going to protect the interior of your pages. I really like how this fits in here. And ooh, all the choices. Okay. Yes, this is exactly the same. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out if the Nanami was a little bit wider, but it's the exact same as the Hobonichi, and so it's going to give you that protection right here on the outside, which is nice. I noticed that just a tad bit, I mean, there's protection here with like the Sojourners. They are a lot more like flush with your notebook. It's not like you're carrying a huge case around your notebook, because her brand is about travel friendly and being light and having the ability to take your notebooks with you just about everywhere. So that is the convenience. It's almost like a glove that fits your notebook. And I see that with the Chic Sparrow one here, it's a little bit more of a buffer for your notebook. And I like both, as I'm just now discovering. I do not mind one or the other. Now let's see how, I'm going to take this one out. This leather is so soft. You can just tell it's just like, it's so luscious. I love it. Okay, so let's see how this looks. It's always the one side that goes in really easily, and then the other side just gives you hell. Pardon my French. Okay, I got it. Now, I can see with this leather versus this leather that because this book wants to open, you could see the pool on the interior leather here. It's pulling on the edges because the cover flaps want to stay open and the book wants to stay closed. So they're fighting, and I could see how over time this may become a problem with the interior leather. But with this one, I am not getting that. And now that I've seen this, I'm like obsessing over this right now. You guys don't know how, it's like my heart is pitter-pattering because I am really happy I got this leather. Let me see what it looks like. With the Hobonichi. Man, I forgot how like flush and nice the Hobonichis are when you first get them, and then after like a couple months of using them, those pages just start crinkling, and you could tell a complete difference. You don't even need a bookmark. Your bookmark is the flush papers versus the used papers. Okay, having trouble. So yeah, I'm getting the same issue with this. I feel like I'm going to need to get something like this, right? This is heavy. It's made of really thick glass, and just have it sit on top for like days, and maybe then it'll just like stay close. Just exaggerating a little bit, but yeah, I could see how this may have been a problem for some people, but it's still a nice leather. I'm smelling it. It smells nice. And I like this light color, and I like how when I folded it, you can tell already there's some crinkles. Yeah. So I folded it just a little bit, and I got these little crinkles here. That's pretty much it. That's all I got from Chic Sparrow, and 15 days seems like an eternity, but I'm so happy with what I purchased, especially this one. You can tell I like this one a little bit more than this one, but I love this color. And I'm excited to use them and see how they age. I think so far in my notebook journey, since I started about 2.5 years ago, that I have not used a Chic Sparrow longer than maybe a month or two. So I never really got to see it age with like the oils in my hands and from use and scratches. And so I'm hoping I could do that, especially with this one, because this one seems like it's already flexible and gonna lay flat and everything and be able to hold my chunkiness when it gets to this. Moving on, I hope that you guys could figure out the words that were coming out of my mouth as I was super excited to unbox my Chic Sparrow. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you found this video a little bit helpful. For those of you who did not buy anything on Black Friday and maybe was thinking about the A6 before she starts to change the design, I would suggest to buy one. Like, I really wanted to get the A5, but I didn't want to spend almost $100, even though there was a discount when I felt like I can get two A6s. So I got the Mockingbird and I got the Creme Black Beauty, and I like them both. I will catch you guys in the next video. If you do like these videos, please, please, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, as I have a lot more to come. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye. Since she has so many choices, I'm stumbling. I couldn't decide which leather I wanted since she has so much. I can't talk.